here we are in Lucian Academy, and today we will look at what Lookahead is in List Prolog. So here we have our grammar, and this grammar is designed to basically it takes a string and it returns whether that string has been parsed properly, and in this case it takes a compound here, and the compound has open square bracket, compound 2, close square brackets, and compound 2 has an item or item and another compound 2. So in that case it would keep on having item, comma, item, comma, item, comma in these square brackets. And also yes, item can have a compound in it as well. So basically we could have item, comma, and then instead of an item, compound, which is another square brackets, and then this again. And also item, obviously item can have word and number in it. Letter for word, so a word could have a single letter in it, or it could have a letter and then another letter, and then that stops. But there's a problem with that, and we'll come to that in a moment. So basically what it does is, if we had A, comma A as a string, it would basically, we'll skip over these square brackets, start with compound 2. A would check in if A matches item, so word, letter, it matches this one, word, or A matches letter, and then it goes back to here, item is correct, is true, and then it goes, and then it would try again here, because there's no, it has comma and there's no and then it has to try the one with the comma because there's a comma there, so it goes to A, comma, and then compound 2, pretends there's compound 2 here, and it is, so it goes down to comma A. So the part we're looking for next, after now that it's checked that the comma is part of its A, so it's word, letter, and then it just stops here, and it returns true. So that's fine, that it works with single character words, but if we want to have double or more than one character words, then we come to trouble with this grammar, because if you do the same thing as this and just have start with A, the first A here, and then it gets down to here, it actually stops with this letter here. It doesn't keep on trying to do any more than that, because what it does is it goes to letter, and then once that's satisfied, it goes back up, and basically we'll get stuck because we don't have something which is called Lookahead. So I'll just show you what happens, how we can fix that. So here we have the correct grammar, and as you can see, it's all the same. It has compound, so it go through items, item, comma, item. When it goes through compound 2, and item again, items, number, word, and then after word, to stop the problem of the double character words not being recognized, we have a thing here called Lookahead, and Lookahead basically still takes items and parses them, but it doesn't actually what happens is that once you're going through the letters here, it doesn't, if you're looking ahead, if you're here at A, or if you're here, and you want to look ahead to see there's a comma there, it doesn't actually process the comma, it just looks ahead and looks for the comma. And that way, and I'll go back here, if we go to letter and then check that the next characters are comma or right bracket down here, comma right bracket could be look ahead comma, or it could be right bracket for look ahead. That means that basically it looks ahead when there's a single character A as the final one. It doesn't return this true for this, oh hang on, I'll go to the correct one. It doesn't return true for this when it's basically here, because it needs to go to this one, or in fact, as you mentioned, it needs to go to letter and then check that the comma or right bracket is next after the final letter, and then if that doesn't fail, i.e. It goes to the comma and check there's a comma next, then it'll go to the right case. And I'll just show you what Lookahead's code is. So we have Lookahead, this is the query, comma A, and then this is the output in the query, and then this is this is what we're looking for. If we're looking at comma or right bracket next, then in this case it's checking that the comma is next. So we want this to return true, but we also want to return the comma A here in VA, so that it can actually go through the grammar normally and parse that comma A without taking away the comma and then not having any way of checking that the comma is in the grammar. So we have Lookahead VA matches this. VA again to return the same as this, as we mentioned, comma A is here, and VB is comma that we're checking for. So string concat, it checks that the comma VB concatenated with an empty, it doesn't matter what, not empty, but it doesn't matter what this variable here is, because it's just a rest after the comma, which would be A, and is string concat those to form VA, which is comma A. So basically it starts with comma A, it finds if there's the comma is at the start of that, and if it is, then it returns true, and Lookahead has worked. Okay, and just that's the end. So if you'd like to look at the bottom of this YouTube video, you'll find a link to the GitHub repository with tests in Lookahead. Thank you.